Hi, friends. Welcome to Enlightened World Network, Rise Up for Peace. Tonight, we've got a very special event with Doctors Jane and Phillip Mountrose. They are going to be sharing with us the loving presence of peace and introducing us to some divine beings many of us have not met before. So really looking forward to this opportunity. Jane and Phillip, welcome.
Oh,
Great
thank
to
you,
be
Ruth.
with you, Ruth. Thanks.
Yes, it's our pleasure for sure.
So why don't you guys just start and I'll get out of the way.
Okay. I think what I'd like to start with is really the inspiration that has led us to where we are today on one level. In the 1990s, we live in California. And of course, in the 1990s, there was a belief that California was going to have a big earthquake and fall off into the ocean. And we were on the side that was going to be falling. So we, at that time, started getting together with a group of people and we would do earth healing meditations. And one day we all got together, we would sit in a circle and the thought for, I don't know exactly why exactly it came that way, but we sat down and together we imagined what the world would be like if everyone was motivated by divine love and radiating divine love out into the world. And we realized everything we could possibly want is available to us through love. And of course, peace is a you could say it's an attribute of love, or an attribute of love, like harmony and gratitude. They're all attributes of love and they all come together. So we focus a lot on love per se. And as a result, I think for me, that really changed everything when I could see how obvious it all was. And we ended up creating something we call Awakenings Dream for our institute, Awakenings Institute, which was really right around, maybe that was one of the inspirations that started Awakenings Institute. But because this is what we're talking about today, we thought it would be nice to read the dream to you. So Philip is going to read the dream.
Yes, and I'll put up the website, our Awakenings Institute website that has the dream, our nonprofit organization. This dream: imagine a world where love is the guiding force, where the unique gifts that each individual brings receive honor and respect, where all are nurtured in allowing their gifts to blossom, to manifest the joy of living in each moment. Imagine a world where all of nature is also honored, so all may live in harmony and share an increasingly vibrant and beautiful environment. What we imagine we can create starting in this moment. The vibrant world will come into being as each of us empowers ourselves to live the dream now and share it with others. Playing a part in the creation of this dream is the mission of Awakenings, our nonprofit organization created in the 1990s.
And what we realized is, as we mentioned actually along with that, is there could be no poverty because everybody would support everybody else. Obviously, there would be no war because we would all feel loving and connected. We would be at peace. Mm-hmm. It's the environment would be fine. Everything would be fine. And that has kept us focused all of these years. And we still are, I would say, maybe even more than ever now, with Awakenings Institute and just our personal goals in life to create a more loving world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so some of the end notes, where we're going is pretty obvious about more love and harmony, and in the dream there, peace, the wonderful theme for today. How we get there is rather confusing and challenging, but by being in it, that's how we get there, and that we figure out and go through all the complexities. But first, we need to be there and intend to be there, which is
vibrating love.
We're going to be talking more about that today in our sharing here.
Right. Yeah.
So that brings us to oracle readings, which is a great medium, sort of double entendre there, to to share higher energy vibrations, light and love, bring a lot of synchronicities into play so we can get there in miraculous ways. And we've, over the years, have been using Oracle decks. Oracle decks have the cards and images on them and interpretations. There are many decks, and Tarot's is the most famous probably. But they're all a way of gaining hidden connections and meanings in your life. And we use them pretty much daily, Jane and myself, as a daily meditation for just having a fulfilling, enriched life with connecting all these amazing things. So we found, and our students and our clients have found, by using oracles, just miraculous insights and things that were completely unnoticed come to the surface and say, this is really obvious. Like, how did I miss this? This is a key piece. So they're a powerful tool, and there are hundreds of decks. There's some which we've really curated that are particularly spiritual and of a high quality. Many of them either maybe not our cup of tea or just really are not vibrating very highly, and they're for different purposes. But the ones we're sharing today in our meditation are some of the ones we enjoy the most, including the Sacred Destiny deck by Denise Lynn, which we'll be drawing some cards, a 4-card spread about that. Jane, you want to go into that?
Yeah, so this was something that it's a common actually card spread. So there are different intentions for readings. And we were thinking with this particular Rise Up for Peace event in mind that we would do a reading we call the 4 directions, sometimes called the 4 elements. And it represents the 4 directions of the compass, the 4 seasons, the 4 phases of the moon, or there are 4 quadrants of the moon, the times of day. All of these different things relate to these 4 directions and the 4 elements of nature. So with this reading in mind, we decided that we would, with the intention of, for all of us here collectively who are here for this event, to ask for insights from the 4 directions as to what would be a beneficial focus for us to be able to create more peace and love and joy. And I think Philip was going to go through the cards that we came up with. We did this in advance so that we could reflect a little bit on it, because the 4 directions reading, it's pretty, actually, it has a lot of depth. I think it helps to really think about it a little bit and reflect on each of the cards. So we've had time to do that, and we're going to share them with you now.
Jane's going to go over each card as I'm talking, but I want to just show you.
I'm going to show you the element or the
here's
images.
A photo which isn't that clear of the 4 cards we do. We'll go into them more specifically, but just to give you an idea of the directions, the east, south, west, north, and what they mean. And then we had a guide that we picked in the middle of it at that time, but we'll decipher and interpret the cards and how they relate to the our event about creating more peace, outer peace and inner peace. You need the inner peace first.
Right.
big clue there. So the first card in the east is what is dawning, and that's the air card. And the element of air.
Right, and that's where the sun rises. That's why we're talking about dawning. So everything's following the times of day.
Which can also link in the big picture to the age of Aquarius, the new age we're in, with all the energies coming in, the energies of more openness and more intuition and more synergy and collaboration. So we're bringing in this and the dawning of this age. And the card that we chose was Truth. It's
the card that came.
The card that came was Truth. What is dawning is more truth, which makes a lot of sense, because in order to have peace, you have to be very truthful about what is going on in yourself and in the world. And that can take some courage to face without putting a lot of reaction and a lot of distortion on it, and a lot of opinions on it. And sometimes this card in the Denise Lynn deck, the Sacred Destiny, calls it the Song of the Wind, the Truth card. And she said wind is the realm of the air elements. So there's a lot of air, as we say, in this card. Air takes form in oxygen we breathe. It also represents our communication skills. When we speak, it is the air that passes through our mouths. So this card is about being honest with yourself, speaking truthfully, coming from your heart, listening to what is sincere in yourself and others, just to pick that up, that what's really feeling authentic in others. And what is not, you just recognize that without getting into a reactionary, judgmental part, even if they're not in a particularly truthful place themselves, or you're not. And to be just reflective on what is truthful. So that's the card, what's dawning for the piece, which is the intention of this reading, this 4-card, 4-element reading. The first one was
for the East.
For the East. And the second card for the South, what is expanding, which makes sense. Actually, it's sort of what the conference is, the day is all about, is inner peace. Note the
This
word
is
inner.
such a beautiful card.
This is
it's
the beautiful cards of the fish and the lily ponds. And this is a very beautifully pictured deck, a wonderful art. It's a lily pond.
You can kind of get lost in the images too.
There's dragonflies floating gently on the water, translucent flowers, and the message from the deck is inner peace is your birthright. Tranquility occurs when you realize that your life is unfolding according to divine planning. Yeah, serenity is something you have to work for or search for. It's not something, it's something that exists within you. And to find this inner peace, simplify your life, spend time in nature, listen to the message in your soul. Peace transcends fear. So that's what's expanding, more inner peace. And, certainly times we are going to be disturbed by things, just shocks and things in the moment. The idea is to return to the inner peace as soon as we can. That's kind of my life motto, by the way, do what I can and return to inner peace.
Right. Yeah. And that's relating it to midday. And then we move to the west.
The west.
To evening.
So here's the next card, which we chose, which has the message of integrating relaxation, which at first might seem puzzling. And one of the things about oracles is they can have things that are almost counterintuitive or don't make sense or at odds at your mental thinking. Like, how would you integrate expanding and peace by relaxing? Well, relax into it. It's not sort of about doing. It might be more Taoist, non-doing. And there's a beautiful harvest moon and relaxing on the hammock there in the picture in the autumn night, and the gentle colors and the beautiful orange. And the message in the deck is, when you receive this card, relax. All is well, no need to strive or push or get ahead. Beneath the surface of life, everything is gently propelling you in the right direction. You can lay down your burdens and simply unwind, slow down and allow calmness to fill you. Relinquish control. Your intuition expands, create space for guardians and messages. So we're integrating more relaxation in their life. So the more stressful it becomes, the more relaxed you need to be. That seems kind of a contradiction, but there's a deep wisdom in it.
Right. And it's what we're vibrating that we're creating, and we need to be relaxed to be creators of the reality that we are wanting. And not, if we go into the mud with all of the people who are in the vibration of war or the fear of it and all of the turbulence around it, we can't contribute as we want to. We need to be able to be in our bodies and be intentional in the way that we conduct ourselves.
There was that wonderful phrase in the 1990s, Eldridge Cleaver, Black Panthers, you're either part of the problem or part of the solution.
Right.
And then another phrase, relaxation is who you are, tension is who you're not. Relaxation card. So that takes us to the fourth part of the elements, the earth element, which we got as the happiness card. If you nurture yourself and repair yourself from the north, which is the earth, you have the earthiness, which is happiness. Happiness is part of the something that you want to nurture in this peace process, which is interesting, how to become happy. And some people say, I think rightly so, that happiness is sort of a byproduct of everything else. If you are vibrating well and have good intentions and living your life the best way you can, you're naturally byproduct going to be relatively happy. And the card shows that shimmering sunlight with the dolphins, which are pretty good, happy image there, jumping in the air, and sun is behind them. And the message from the happiness card in the Sacred Destiny deck is click your heels and shout for joy. The signs are with you. Let your light shine. Abounding good luck awaits you. A gateway is opening for even more joy and happiness. Your life is expanding. Opportunities are emerging. This is the time to go forward with glee. Love deeply and fully. So that is what to nurture. Just how can we live in a more happy state more of the time, and add that to the planet's amount of happiness rather than stress and despair and hopelessness.
I think happiness is also, it is an expansive emotion, and to actually manifest, we need to have energy behind it. So if we have enthusiasm, happiness, joy, that's adding to our ability to create as creators. And it might seem kind of like in conflict. Well, how can we be happy at a time like this? We can envision happiness. We can envision a peaceful world where everyone can be happy, where everyone is treated in a way that happiness would radiate around the world, rather than happiness. Well, joy, peace, love. It's just kind of the formula.
Mm-hmm. So are we ready for the meditation, Jane?
Yes. So what we're going to do is the 4 elements meditation. Now we're going to go into those same elements again, and invite in the directors of those elements, because they are there to support us in manifesting, really, according what they would most prefer to be manifesting is the divine plan for humanity. That's what they would like to support us in doing. That is not necessarily what we are doing, which is the problem. So to begin, if you're in a place where it's safe to close your eyes, just close your eyes and start breathing in love and light from the universe. I feel like we can just invite in the most amazing love and light for ourselves in the moment, whatever that is for you. Mystical, magical, joyful, wondrous, transformational. Breathing in just that beautiful light and love. And as you exhale, releasing any tension or stress that you might be sensing in your body. So we're opening to ourselves as being blessings of divine love to the world. And we can just release those things that are heavy. Asking anything, any energy that is not our own in our space to go back where it came from. Energy from other people, other times, other places. Just send it all back. This creates more space for you to be present in the moment now. And similarly, we leave bits of ourselves in other places and other times with other people. So just ask those parts of you to come back, so you have even more of your energy here. You might notice doing that and just breathing in that wondrous light, that you do feel more present in the moment. And when you're more present and available in the moment, you can contribute more to the world. And breathing now that light into our hearts, where there is a flame actually within the center. the heart center. Just sending more light and energy into that flame, feeling more love in your heart. And as you open to more love in your heart, just allow it to start radiating out around you, filling your whole body, and then radiating out, filling your whole space around you, the ball of light that is your energy field. And together we're going to be on a sort of a journey together. So we can imagine ourselves now in a magical place together, a magical place of peace. In a circle, all of those of us who are here in real time or anytime afterwards. And now we're going to connect with the elements of nature and consider the significance that everything on our planet only exists with the presence of the four elements. So there is the fire element that provides light for life, like our sun. There's the air element, the water element, and the earth element. So everything is composed of these four elements. And we can connect with the directors who oversee them and ask them to support us in manifesting the blessings that we want for ourselves and for the world at this time. And particularly today, with the goal of creating a more peaceful, loving world. And we can consider also with these directors of the elements, they're sometimes called elemental divas, that the challenges that they are faced with humans being out of harmony with the divine plan and with the potential that we have to create a magnificent, loving, peaceful world. That each of us who is here can play a role, and they're willing to help us to do that. So we're going to start again reaching to the east where the sun rises, and we're going to be connecting with Thor and Aries, the ruling divas of the sylphs, the elementals of the air. And this is all related to the mental realms, the impact that our minds have on the realization of our reality, really. Realizing that each of us does create through our thoughts and feelings. And as we invite them, just simply inviting Thor and Aries to join us with great gratitude for the blessings that they have, all of the blessings that they provide to the world. And inviting them to help us to purify our minds. So we can just now breathe in the most amazing air again, just pure, fresh, vibrantly alive air. And imagine them surrounding us with this pure air, supporting us in aligning our thoughts with positive, uplifting energy. So we can be mindful and aware of how we are manifesting with our thoughts. That we can imagine a peaceful world into being. And just breathing in that delightful air, asking them again to support us in clearing out our minds. You can imagine just focusing on your brain now, sending that clear air through your mind. And as you do this, you may experience their presence. They may have a message for you. They may have a suggestion for you how you can support the world through your thinking. Philip, would you like to share anything
Mhm.
about the air element?
Yeah, let me connect more deeply with the Thor and Aries air element and have them speak about the inner peace that we're exploring. Yes, inner peace is the essence of who you are. When all the disturbances are removed, which you can do at any moment, you realize that you are like a beautiful flower blossoming, like a lotus in a pond, just there beautifully at peace. And then you can change form and become peaceful in another situation or context. And this is done largely by your thoughts, how you are thinking about yourself and the world. Yes, there is much tragedy and difficulty in the world. You don't want to pretend it does not exist, but you want to see beyond it to a greater, more peaceful place, a higher vibration, and keep seeing that and feeling that even amidst life's tragedies and difficulties. Because if you keep strong and firm and in the vibration of inner peace, wonderful things will happen to you and others around you. You will add more light and love into the ethers as your thoughts become purified and directed toward peace.
And embracing divine truth, as we got in our
Right,
reading.
right. And the truth is, as they say, the truth will set you free.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. So with each of these divine beings, we can thank them for their presence and
Mm-hmm.
invite them to stay with us as we move now to the south, which is midday, and it's the fire element really that emerges in the south. So we want to invite Oromassus and Diana, the directors of the fire element, to join us. And they're the ruling divas of the salamanders, the elementals of fire. And just focusing on their energy, it's a very active energy and associated also in terms of our own transformation with the violet fire. So we can invite Oromassus and Diana to join us and surround us with this beautiful, purifying and transmuting fire to clear out anything that is not reflective of inner peace. And just to, oh, go ahead.
Yes, and I'm picking up the theme of Oromassus and Diana is freedom, divine freedom, which would include peace,
Mm-hmm.
or peace includes freedom. They're both together.
Mm-hmm.
It is expanding,
Mm-hmm.
and they do have a strong energy, saying have a strong motivation, motivate yourself, and commit yourself to stronger inner peace, because that will help get you free, regardless of the outer circumstances. It's part of embodying that fire, putting it within you, and removing things which are counter to peace, things that are distracting, that lower your energy. Just being aware of that in the moment will help keep you clear and releasing things you don't need and going toward the light and being in the light.
Right. And of course, anytime we can just invite that violet fire to surround us, to transmute anything that is less than the state that we want, less than love and peace and joy and harmony. So I want to thank them for being with us and holding this space of the fire element as we move to the west and connect with Neptune and Lunara, the directors of the water element.
Mm-hmm.
And we can imagine, you might even imagine them entering our space and blessing us with a cascade of the most pure, refreshing water possible. They would very much love to support us in creating vibrantly healthy and healing and enlivening water all around the world, in the oceans, in the rivers. And as we support them, they can support us. So just focus on them. And they can help us to purify our emotions. We can dig deep into into the waters of our own being and just see what we need to release emotionally to be able to be in that place of relaxation that we were talking about, that
Mhm.
place of peace,
Mhm.
that place of vibrating love and joy. And of course, just focusing on those is very, very supportive too. And we can ask those cascades of beautiful, vibrant water, that like a waterfall, ask that to just help to clear out anything that we don't need anymore, all of the old stuff that's holding us down. I see sparkles in that water. To me, always the sparkles are, it's like sparkles of light that are removing removing all of those, like the sadness, the anger, the frustration, the confusion. Because as we stay focused on the truth, we can be in a place of peace and we can relax into the moment where we can be of most use in the world.
Mhm.
Did you want to say anything else about that, Phil?
So connecting more directly with Neptune and Lunara, directors of the water element, emotional purification, and the card was relaxation, the integrating card for today. So they say to integrate your emotions means first to recognize them and to consider them as part of your expression. And there is nothing wrong with that. But from there, you want to become more aware of what is useful to express and how to express it. Some of the more difficult emotions you want to recognize and work your way through them and breathe through them and realize a better world is possible. And you have experienced a better world in your past if you are in a low place right now. So let the gentle waters harmonize and flow over you and help you relax as if in a beautiful body of water. It could be a little spa or a hot pool or a beautiful ocean or lake or body. Just imagine yourself being in the beautiful water body for you and let that merge with you and harmonize with you and help take your worries away. And then when you deal with life, you will have a clear mind and be in a more relaxed state to do so.
Thank you, Philip. And thank you to Neptune and Lunara. Again, just breathing in that beautiful energy as we move now to the north. And the north is related now to nighttime, to that quiet time of reflection when we can open to reflecting on happiness as a possibility for the people of the world. And we're going to invite in the divas Pelur and Virgo, the directors of the earth element, asking them, the elementals of the earth, the gnomes, they support the gnomes, and they want to support us in joyfully welcoming in prosperity and abundance so we can receive an abundance of anything that we request. We're not talking just about money, we're talking about an abundance of the lives that are most supportive for us on the planet. So we can invite them to join us and just feel that connectedness with the earth and the joyful abundance of everything good that is our birthright. That this is what people are missing, is that if we come to that place that loving, peaceful, joyful place that everybody can prosper. And we can have it start with us, with that intention to invite them to support us in prospering. So inviting Pillar and Virgo in, can just sense their energy, very grounded, very practical, earthy energy. And by the way, all of these elements, they relate to our bodies too. Our bodies are created with the elements. So we can feel that joy, that peace, that love in our bodies and in our connection to the earth, receiving also energy from Mother Earth herself, feeling your feet connecting with Mother Earth and just asking her to send you love.
So connecting with the directors of the earth elements, Pelur and Virgo, and they note that the prosperity that they're talking about is the abundant elements of earth itself, all the trees, the flowers, the fish, the animals, the grains of sand. There's so much of the elements, and all that's really required from us, from human beings, is to take care of it and be responsible and to use it enjoyably and wisely and generously and respectfully. And if you do that, wonderful things will result. So respect your mother, respect the earth, because she gives you everything that you need. Just recognize that fact, and you will be living a very wonderful, sacred, enriched life.
It's beautiful. And they call us also to experience and share our gratitude for the blessings that we have, the blessings that we have now, and the blessings that are coming, the blessings of peace and joy and love that we're envisioning for the world. And as we now feel that synergy of all the four elements surrounding us, all of these magnificent beings who are here to support us in creating the world that we know is possible. We can just envision in the middle of the four directions, our planet, our beautiful planet, surrounded with love and peace and joy, where everyone can prosper and everyone can be their best. No one is stifled. Everyone is blessed by the world and is a blessing to the world. And I also feel the light from Source shining on us. We're so supported by the divine. We're so supported by the Creator in herself. And when we take time to experience that as our reality, we are participating in the creation of something that's magnificent for all of humanity. So you can just now focus on what this means to you as we return. We're preparing to return to our normal waking states. Just breathing in that love, that peace, that joy, the emergence of truth and love. The understanding that relaxation is a way for us. Stress is not the way. We need to relax into the truth. So breathing now, breathing more active energy. Again, being aware of your body and your feet on the ground. And so you're nicely rooted and grounded to the earth. Might feel like stretching or taking another few nice breaths. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. buddy joined us in the middle. He said, "This is nice. I like this."
Saw that. I have to tell you, both of you, this was magical. It truly was magical. You introduced me to elemental divas that I didn't know. And I received a message from each of the four. So
Wow, wonderful.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and you have good abilities in that area too to do that. So that's wonderful.
But very, very cool to be in this safe place with you and experience these different elements. So thank you. Thank you so much. I do
You're
have a
welcome.
question for the two of you. Is there one of the directions or one of the I guess it's just the directions or the elements that you both feel more connected to? Is there one that speaks to you more than the others?
Well, I think astrologically, all of us are. I'm a Taurus. I'm a very earthy person by nature, and my horoscope also has a lot of air in it, which means also I find water very soothing and balancing. So I guess personally I appreciate all of them. And what's life without fire? I mean,
You need them all.
yeah, they're all.
Yeah, and I think with some of us might relate more astrologically or genetically or karmically, whatever, to certain ones. Mine is fire probably and more air, but you know.
Well,
What do you think about that, Ruth? I'm curious.
yes, it was actually kind of amusing because, as I said, I got a message from each one. But when you did the West with Neptune and Lunara, they said you belong to the water, Crab.
Wow.
I am a Cancer, but I don't spend any time at all thinking about the zodiac. I did like zero. And so for them to say you belong to the water, Crab, and I thought I do. Because whenever I get the opportunity to travel anywhere, there is water.
It's water. Yeah.
Every time. Yeah. So
yeah. Yeah.
But I truly loved where you took us with this experiential time together when we're focusing on peace today. And I loved how you took us from truth to inner peace to relaxing and then happiness. That was beautiful. You guys couldn't have orchestrated that.
the oracles and the guides did.
Right. That is one of my favorite readings to do. And we do that for clients too. Just I think the 4 directions, there's something really about getting all of those 4 elements, a message from each of those elements that's very it's very powerful. I use it a lot for myself personally and also for if I'm going to doing something like this. I like to have the 4 elements because it makes me think about it in a new way. And this deck of cards also, I think the Sacred Destiny Oracle, I'm not in any way a promoter of any of this, but it's very simple, and the cards do connect you, like this one for truth. They connect you. It's connecting you with the air and the breeze. You can feel the wind there, and you can just get lost in the images of the cards and see yourself in it. There's just so much to it. I love it. I just love it. I find them to be very life enhancing.
Well, that was an amazing session that you just
good.
So thank you. Thank you so much for that. I know that you've got a new program coming up at Awakenings Institute. Would you like to share about that and how folks can reach out to you?
It's a spiritual guide certification program beginning the start of January 2024. And it will be going deep into oracles, guides, angels, masters, Akashic records, and more, something we've been studying and teaching the last year. We're making it formally into a certification monthly program for a year. So if people are interested in that, reach out to us at gettingthrough.org/holistic, gettingthrough.org/holistic, and get onto our list. And there's going to be a notification of how to get more information on the spiritual guide certification course, which is not hasn't been announced yet as of this time. But if you're on our list, if you're on our list, you'll know about it. And it's going to be happening very soon.
Right. Yeah.
We're on the inside track here at Enlightenment. So, Jane, you mentioned working with clients. Do you work with clients? And if so, if somebody wanted to work with you, how do they do that?
On our website, if you go to that website, there's a place for contact us, and you can contact us. There is a page on personal consultations where we talk a little bit about ourselves and what we do. And
the website is gettingthru.org. That'll get you to our main website. Contact us.
Right. And we can help people to connect more. I think the essence of our work is really helping people to connect with the truth in their hearts. And we can do readings with people, like the 4-element reading, to help people to connect with what's up for them now, and many things.
Clear.
We've been around for
deep healing, lifetime issues for healing and karma and things like that. We can help people with.
Yeah.
Well,
healing has been our big focus, so we're very much into that.
So when you say healing, I'm assuming you're thinking of on several levels.
On all levels, right? We have a holistic focus, so it's body, emotions, mind, and spirit. Understanding that they're all connected too. But just like the 4 elements.
Yes, we're not a medical doctor, so it's not physical healing. But if you have other healings, emotional, mental things, they are going to relate to physical things, of course. It may even trigger disease and illness.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you. Thank you to both of you for sharing yourselves and your time today.
Thank you, Ruth.
Really special.
Good.
So friends here at Enlightened World Network, thank you for being with us. We've had a very full day today, focusing on peace, both internal as well as for humanity. So stay tuned. We've got one more event coming up, special time with Marsha Martin. So please stay with us here at Enlightened World Network, both on Facebook and YouTube. So God bless, take care, and thank you so much.